we're talking about the greatest scorer in NBA history, who is a 6-time world champion, who is a winner on every level, universally recognized as one of the top 2 or 3 centers of all time. I am not qualified to say that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's statement about Dwight Howard, strictly about basketball, was unfair. I can say, however, it was a bit cruel. Can say that. And the reason why I say that is because you have to take things into consideration. Dwight Howard is absolutely on the money when he sat there and he said, you know what, I came there and, pretty much everybody was telling me I was the man, I was the best. And all of a sudden I'm gone, I'm the worst. He clearly did not work with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We were under the impression that Dwight Howard didn't want to work. Well, I spoke to Dwight Howard several times this summer, and all he would say to me is that the Lakers didn't want me working with Kareem. The Lakers wanted me to work with their coaches. They thought their coaches were better. Everything we've seen from the Lakers tells us that that's within their DNA, that, you know what? We would do a better job with you than one of the greatest centers ever, because the man that is the greatest scorer ever, the man that did win championships for the Lakers organization, is the same dude that wasn't working for them. And oh, by the way, as much as we love Jerry West, as much as we love Chick Hearn, God bless his and rest his soul, as much as we love the great Irvin Magic Johnson, there are statues outside of the Staples Center for those individuals, even more so, or rather before Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. His is coming now that, a level of heat has been aimed in the Lakers' direction, and enough people groaned about it to say, wait a minute, how do you not recognize the league's all-time leading scorer, the one individual in the sport that had the unstoppable move? There is no move that has been more formidable, more unstoppable than the sky hook in NBA history. It is universally recognized. Could not be stopped. Okay? Greater than Wilt Chamberlain, greater than Bob Lanier, greater than everybody but Bill Russell, because he had 11 titles. So when Dwight Howard sits there and says, well, this is what the Lakers wanted. Well, I think he has a point there. But if I'm Dwight Howard, as much as that had to sting, and he could deny it all he wants to, it had to sting. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar calling you out like that, months after Shaquille O'Neal, a 4-time champion, called you out like that. I do think it was cruel. I do think it was unnecessary. I do think that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't have to go there. But if I'm Dwight, I got Shaq and Kareem speaking against me.
Yep.
I'm doing nothing but working out with McHale and Olajuwon in the offseason, and as he said, working on his free throws, because I called him again after the Kareem comment, because we spoke many times, but I called him again after the Kareem comments. If I'm him, I am working diligently on my game to eradicate all that stuff, because no matter how cruel it was, if it's Kareem and Shaq, even though Shaq didn't go that far, Kareem and Shaq against you as a big man, that's not good.
What did he tell you when you called him?
He said that he was disappointed in what Kareem had to say. He said that he did think it was cruel and it was unnecessary. And that
Was he motivated by it?
Well, he said he's been motivated since he left L.A. because he knows that the pressure's on him and everybody's expecting him to flop, and he's not going to let that happen.
Is there any truth to what Kareem said, in your opinion?
Well, I don't know if there's any truth to the basketball IQ part. There is truth to the fact that he's got to work. He's got to develop a post move. There's no doubt about it. And what Kareem said about the free throws, absolutely on the money. The post, he's got to develop a better post game, and he's got to hit free throws. Dwight Howard hits free throws. He can average 25 a game. I consider him to be the best big man in the game. But he's got to play like it. And he does it on the defensive end of the floor, not offensively. He does need to develop a post move.
Okay. To your point, and to be fair, is it possible that Kareem's criticism, as he sat right here, was somewhat motivated and fueled by the sour grapes of a jilted former superstar who got cold-shouldered by Dwight when he offered his considerable basketball expertise to Dwight in L.A.? Yes, it's possible it was somewhat fueled by that. I also think it was fueled, and we got the drift of this before and after the show, by Kareem's watching us do a debate about Dwight and just his overall dominance at this point in his career. What's lacking, what's not lacking. And you defended Dwight, and I've never defended Dwight on this show. And Kareem somehow, I think Kareem's name, it was off that Dwight had cold-shouldered Kareem, had shunned Kareem's expertise and his advice, right? And you took Dwight's side and I took Kareem's side, predictably on our show, because that's how we've always been. And I think Kareem wanted to send the message to you. You weren't in studio that day, you were up in the monitor, but I think he came here with a little bit of an agenda to say, hey, Stephen A., I want you to know that boom, boom, boom. So maybe it was a little heavy-handed, maybe it was a touch cruel, but it was dead on honest. And remember, before you responded, I applauded because I just said, that's everything I've ever said, and then some, because it was beautifully said to me. And this man, as we all know, extremely high basketball IQ to go along with extreme skill and talent that he was blessed with and did develop. Okay, so
I was getting ready to say, you left out one thing. Incredibly proud. Proud, proud black man. This man was one of those dudes. I mean, with Tommy Smith and those boys and Muhammad Ali and Bill Russell. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has been in the fight since the beginning, and he is somebody who deserves to be revered, has been shortchanged, harbors a strong level of resentment towards that, but dare I say, occasionally it might be misplaced, because I haven't spoken to the Lakers about this, but if indeed it is true that the Lakers told Dwight Howard, listen, we got better coaches than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to help improve your game. Isn't that their problem?